Well, hey, my friend, I've got two words for you today: scrap fabric. If you're obsessed with fabric like me, I have some over here and over here, then today's video is for you. I've saved a seat right here next to me in the crafting room just for you, my friend. I love getting Dollar Tree scrap fabric. It is so affordable and fun to create with. And today we are going to make several projects using just that. So grab a seat and let's go. You're not going to believe what I paid for this rolling pin. $3, my friend. I'm going to grab some scrap fabric from Dollar Tree and we're going to zhuzh it up. I am loving this idea that I have come up with to use over and over on all of my rolling pins. So, of course, with Dollar Tree fabric, they keep it nice and creased. So we're going to just iron it real quick with my little craft iron. I'll link that below. If you don't already have one, you're going to want to grab one. I don't know. Am I cray cray? I grew up watching my mother iron and I don't know. I just love ironing. We don't really wear too many clothes anymore that require ironing, but I'm your girl if you need some ironing. And so now we're going to take our ironed piece of scrap fabric from Dollar Tree and we're just kind of eyeballing where the rolling pin would fit on it. I don't want to cover it all the way to both ends, so I'm giving a little bit of a gap on one end so that I can move it back and forth. So once I have it kind of in place, I'm going to just eyeball, because you know how I am. It can't be perfect. I'm just eyeballing where to start cutting this from the bottom of the piece of fabric as well as right there on the roller. Now, once you have this part done, it is downhill from there, and you can personalize it however you want. I am just simply cutting out where I put the notches into the fabric, and it's going to create this little rectangular piece that we're going to zhuzh up a little bit with some ribbon from Dollar Tree too, but that part is totally optional. You see me looking all professional with this ruler. I promise you, I did not measure it. I was trying to use it as a straight edge, but that didn't quite work out. Once I was sure that I had the rolling pin covered with fabric, I went ahead and hot glued the Dollar Tree ribbon to the fabric. Now look what they did. Can you believe Dollar Tree? Halfway through the ribbon roll, they just taped it together. Like, who cares? So what? If you were in the middle of a project, you're going to have to start over. So I just used apparently scrap ribbon as well to hot glue to the edges of my piece of fabric. Once I had that down, it was a perfect little case to hold my rolling pin in, but I can still use it for rolling pin purposes. I love that. All right, my friend, this is how it turned out. I think that this is the greatest little idea for a gift. I love that you can still use it as a rolling pin. It's not permanent. I think in retrospect, I might would have just even Velcroed the center piece there together instead of hot gluing it. But this is one of those rolling pins that was vintage. It was such a find for $3. I'm loving I can keep it forever. What do you think? This was the cutest little project, so fun to make. In retrospect, I feel like I would have maybe even just done Velcro down the seam here so that you could just pull it off, but it literally slides right off of the rolling pin and then it goes right back on. But I also want it to look really stinking cute in my kitchen. So I felt like this little scrap fabric project was the perfect solution. It also makes it really cute as like wrapping for gifting this to somebody. Who do you know that would use one of these? My friend, you have to try this one. This is probably one of the easiest DIYs you will ever make. I am just getting some scrap fabric here, all ready to use by going ahead and getting it a little bit wet and damp and using my little craft iron to get the creases out. I promise you, you're going to want to not skip this step. It makes all the other steps in the process much smoother, much simpler. I will link to the little craft iron below for you. So now that we have our two different designs, I have two different pieces of scrap fabric here that we're going to use. I was just kind of measuring to see how big I had just to make sure the two pieces were similar. That is so not necessary or important. I want you to make just probably, gosh, about, I would say 2 to 3 um, feet long. So 24 to 36 inches would be fine for this project. I was just kind of trying to get two equal squares. That's really all I was trying to do. Or I guess I would call it a rectangle. So once we have that figured out, I am just trimming it up and getting myself 4 separate strips. Okay. These are about, I would say, 1.5 inches wide each, but it's not an exact science, my friend. Nothing in crafting is. If it really always had to do with math, I'm sorry, I'd be out. I don't know about you, but math was never my strongest suit. Now that I have 4 equal strips of fabric, I'm going to take these Dollar Tree shower rings. Super easy, plastic, just they're at every Dollar Tree. I know you can get your hands on some. And we are going to make the cutest little napkin rings. I got this idea from my friend Colette over at Blessings Craft Therapy. She has an amazing YouTube channel. You'll have to go check her out. I will link her also below. And then I am just ironing kind of the edges down to make it easier to adhere with the hot glue. We're making little tunnels for our shower curtain rings to go through. So I'm just repeating that for all 4 of the strips of fabric, just ironing down the little edges and then gluing them together. It couldn't get easier. My friend, it's so simple. But this is how you are going to just thread it onto the plastic shower ring. It is a no-brainer. You can do this easily while you're even watching TV or a program. The key is to have a long enough strip here to make it kind of bunch together and not be kind of loose. I really wanted these to be tight, but not so tight that you can't see the pattern. Then I just hooked the little ring together, repeated it for all 4. Of course, if your table's bigger, you can make it for 6 or 8, whatever works. I am loving the mismatch of these on my table. I happen to have some coordinating cloth napkins. Does anyone use cloth napkins anymore? I absolutely am obsessed with having them on my table. We don't always use them. Sometimes I break out the paper and say, these are just for looks. But they're cute on the table here. I think they are the perfect pop of color just to kind of make your table a little more elegant. What do you think? Will you make one of these? You can also, of course, use them as shower curtain rings. I think that would be cute too. Let me know. What is it about these that I find so amazing? I love the idea that you can literally mix and match any colors, any fabrics, anything you have left over from Dollar Tree fabric and create these little, they could be shower curtain rings, but specifically I got them made to be napkin rings. So voila, there you go. Perfect little pop of color in your decor. I'm loving these. You could actually make a set for a friend because those Dollar Tree shower curtain rings come 12 to a pack. And I don't really have a table setting for 12. So I made 4. I think I'm gonna make 2 more to complete my dining table. But yeah, you can literally put them together as pairs on here. Oh my gosh, that's a cute idea. I didn't even think about that. What if you did it in a pair? That one's really cute too. Okay, listen, I digress. Have a good time making these. They're so simple, so easy, so affordable, and make just the perfect little gift. What do you think? If you find yourself needing a last minute bow, this one is perfect, my friend. I promise you it'll be so simple, so easy, so addicting. You're going to want to make one of these scrap fabric bows all the time. So you're just going to take some extra material, whatever fabric scraps you have, and you're going to cut them into strips. So for this, pay close attention. We're going to cut 1-inch strips. Now you're only going to make them about as long as you want your bow to be. So it's totally up to you. You can make this bow huge, you can make it medium, or you can even make it tiny. I love the customization. So The other part of the customization is using whatever patterns and mismatching everything however you want. Once you have just however much strips you want, because again, it depends on how big of a bow you want. You're going to just place them in kind of diagonal crisscross shapes. And I just trimmed a little bit off as I went. Again, cutting the strips or ripping the strips, it's completely up to you. The ripping will give it a little more of a vintage look, a little more whimsical look. The cutting of the strips is going to make it look a little more, I guess, refined. I always tear the strips. You know me, it's just got to be messy or not at all. So once you get these all kind of crisscrossed and mismatched all over this bow design, you're going to be putting them together with a zip tie. And that's the only two pieces you'll need is scrap fabric and zip ties. And I got all of this from the Dollar Tree. So it really makes for a super simple, super affordable, again, last minute bow. So I'm going to take that zip tie and I'm just going to weave it underneath the stack of strips and find it on the other side. Once I do, I make sure on the back that I have collected all of the strips. Oh, yep, I did. And then I'm going to start just loosely pulling it together. Then I'm going to use my hand to make it into a bouquet shape, kind of like you're putting a bouquet in your hand. And this comes the fun part. This is part of what makes it so messy. We are going to give it a little haircut. We're going to just trim it right off the top. And again, if it's not as small as you want it to be, you can trim it again. And you can trim it again as many times as you want to get the bow the right size. Once you have the size you want, you're just going to shake off the excess strings and snip the zip tie on the back. Fluff your bow like you would any other bow. And then I like to add a little something special to the center of mine. You do not have to. This is totally optional. I often will use bling or this little button I thought was adorable. And this is how she turned out, my friend. I love putting her here on the pedestal on the center of my kitchen island. You can also use it on any craft project, any sign, any gift, anything that you need a quick and easy, affordable bow for. Let me know. What do you think? Okay, my messy bow has been around for a hot minute. If you have not made one of these, my friend, do yourself a favor, grab some scraps, tear them up, get your stress on, get it out. Get your stress out and have a good time creating one of these. I just used 3 colors here, but you could do up to like 5 different varieties of scrap fabric to make this cute little pom-pom. I personally always love to put a little piece of sparkle or a button in the middle, but it's also really cute just, with nothing. Look, I'll try to squeeze it up for you to see. See, this would look cute on a package, cute on a candle, cute on a, just a centerpiece like I showed you before. But get some scrap fabric, get going, and make some messy bows. This little project turned out so adorable. I could have never guessed. It started with this Dollar Tree blank, the round one, and then some cork from Dollar Tree. And it was so simple. You just peel the cork off and then you add your Dollar Tree blank. Make sure to cover up the holes that the hanger comes with the cork. And then you're just going to cut it. It's so simple. Just cut and follow the round side of the round side of the round. It was a little sticky on my scissors, so I had to take each one separately. But look, how easy is that? Now you have a cork board, but we're going to zhuzh it up a little more with some scrap fabric. I'm going to use the Mod Podge just to adhere the scrap fabric to the bottom of this cork board with. Any pattern will work. Any design will work. Whatever scrap you have will work. I'm telling you, my friend, this is so simple. Once you have your scrap fabric on there, you're just going to trim it up a little with, again, using the round edge as your guide. It couldn't get more simple than this. While it's probably pretty sturdy, I went ahead and added a little bit of Mod Podge to the edges of the fabric as well as to the entire
top piece of the fabric. Now, this is something that you can make as a gift. You can keep it for yourself. For me personally, I am going to be using it in my kitchen for all of those announcements we get. You know, the birthdays, the weddings, the graduations, all of the things. And so I'm just trimming it up a little bit. This is totally optional. I'm adding a little bit of Dollar Tree ribbon here just to kind of cute it up even more. Totally optional. You do not have to do this part. And then I'm going to add the strings. This is just some baker's twine. I'm using it in the coordinating red and white colors. They have this at the Dollar Tree too. This is so simple and affordable. I hope that you'll make one. I'm just winding this baker's twine around the front. I decided to kind of knot it. You're just going to tie a simple knot on each side, just to kind of make it where it'll hold and catch some of your cards and things that you're going to hang on it. You could always use some simple little thumbtacks, as this is a corkboard, but I'm loving the option of doing either or. Now, once I got that on there, I decided it needed a little bit more. So I'm taking this scrap piece of fabric and making my own ribbon from it, just hot gluing the edges so that it looks very trimmed. I'm making a zip tie bow, super simple. And then I'm going to cut out the little mermaid tails or dovetails on it as well and glue it onto the center of this board here. Now, I tried it in different places, on the sides, at the top, and I really decided that the middle of the bottom was the perfect place for it. And then I thought, I can't leave well enough alone. I'm going to add a coordinating little bow here at the bottom as well. This is how it turned out. I think it is adorable. I hope that you're inspired to make one of these. You can add photos, you can add reminders, your grocery list. I'm just putting a little card here that we recently got just to kind of show you how it holds it. It's so cute and practical. What do you think? Will you make one of these?
Isn't this adorable? I love the way this turned out. Look at the double bow here. Listen, it doesn't get any cuter than that. You have to admit, that's pretty darn cute. I'm loving the pop of scrap fabric here that's a mouthful. I'm loving the pop of scrap fabric here at the bottom, as well as the cork option. Obviously, you could put little thumbtacks in this, but the way that I have the baker's twine arranged, it's perfect for just adding a little card. For adding just a little card here and or photos, reminders, lists, things like that. I think you could also go as far as putting some magnets on the back and putting it on the fridge as like a little place to put your reminders and your announcements. We're always getting like invited to things and announcements, and this would be a great solution for a way to hang on to those and put them all in one place. Also photos. I think photos would go really well in here. Look, I'm gonna try this again. This is just the stuff that happens when you're trying to show people in video. So, all right, my friend, you can have so much fun with this, swapping out the colors for different seasons. These are just $1 for the backing. I think this is a great project. What do you think? Let me know below. All right, my friend, that is the ideas for today. What did you think? Which one was your favorite? Let me know below. While you're at it, be sure to be subscribed. I know I'm preaching to the choir here. A lot of you are already subscribed, but if you haven't subscribed, I'd love you to also hit that notification bell. That's going to be the best way for YouTube to let you know when another video comes out. Also, what would be the biggest compliment and biggest, like, it would totally make my day, make my week even, is if you join me over on my email list. That is where we stay in touch every single week with fun ideas, fun things. I love chatting with you. Always hit reply. I don't know if I've ever invited you to do that, but hit reply on the emails I send you and let me know what you're doing. Let me know how your week's going. Show me what you've made. I love getting inspired by one another. All right, until next time, my friend, watch the next video and stay creative.